Welcome, everybody, back to another episode of Five Questions. This is where we talk to our guest co-hosts and get a little more intimate about their moviedom and how it works, where it comes from, and so on and so forth. So let's jump right into it. Of course, we're talking to our first guest co-host on the Scene Snobs Podcast. If you haven't checked out that episode with him, please go back and check it out. It is up now. But yeah, Wise, thanks for coming back to the show, man, to do the Five Questions. I really appreciate you.
I appreciate you having me, brother. You know, anytime I could help you out with anything, I'm always down, man. We go through this all the time.
Oh, yeah, man. I love having you on the show. It's always great conversation. So to have you back on will be amazing. But before we get started in the questions, you want to tell everybody about your show and where we can find you?
Yeah, my show is called Stuck in My Mind Podcast. You can find it on all major platforms. It's I speak to coaches, entrepreneurs, sometimes some regular people, and they just share their stories and share how they're trying to impact whoever they're trying to help. So, and then I have a mentality that I do with my brother in podcasting, Cole Johnson. There we focus on men's mental health and we just discuss some real great topics. It's a great show. I love doing it. And then every Friday night on Wil Wize TV, you can catch Papi J and Wize El Jefe. And that's it. I got some other projects in the works, but those are the three ones I'm focused on at the moment.
And you guys should be checking them out. Make sure to go down in the description, check out Wise's work. If you're listening to the podcast, go check out the episode we did with him and check out his podcast. Thank you again, man. These are going to be painless. I think we'll have some fun with them. You ready?
Let's go.
All right. Question number 1. Do you remember your first movie theater experience? What was the movie? What was it like? And if not, can you share another experience?
Neighbors. And I remember I was under the original Neighbors with Belushi and Aykroyd. And I remember I wasn't supposed to be there because that was kind of but back then it was like I don't know if it was rated R, but it definitely wasn't a kids movie. And But I still remember that movie to this day.
Yeah, it sticks with you, huh?
Yeah.
Being your first one, yeah, it always does. So that's a great experience, and that's when it really stands out. Nobody really knows about it, but it is a good one. I think people should check it out.
No, listen, it was a funny movie, man. I still, anytime I see it now, even if it has commercials, I stay and watch it. It's one of those movies that I'm always gonna remember because. Like I said, I was a young kid, and it had some really wasn't really. It was tame, but it was still an adult content movie, but I loved it.
That's the most important thing, man. All right, what is a movie that reminds you of your childhood? Takes you right back every time it's
on. That's a good one. It would probably be Goonies.
Ooh, that is a good one. And it's so that's one that really sticks out for
us. Hey, you guys. Yeah.
Just because of that adventure of being outside, not knowing what the day's going to take you.
Yeah, and at that point in my life, I was like, I wanted to do a Goonies adventure. I wanted to find One-Eye Willie and everything. So that one and maybe Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Nice, that's a great one. R.I.P. Pee-wee. We love you. That's a great answer. It's both perfect. And guys, if you haven't seen those movies, go check them out. They're both fantastic. All right. Who is your character in a movie that you really look up to, maybe now or at some point
in life? Strider.
Really? Okay, cool.
Yeah. He's one of my favorite characters in all the Lord of the Rings movies. But I just look at it as him overcoming his not even his demons, his lineage demons and battling them and coming out on the other side. That definitely to me was inspiring and Return of the King is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Great. That's such an interesting choice because you don't hear that a lot. I don't think he gets thought of as some big hero, but he is such a stoic, beautiful character because he's never doing anything. Yeah, he's not your typical hero in a movie. What we always came to know. He's sensitive. He's empathetic. He's compassionate. He like there's no toxicity to him. Like he's
that's what to me. Like I said, to me it was more inspiring having to face your demons and having to face all that and come out on the other side. And like I said, it's one of my favorite movies to this day.
Yeah, that's an amazing choice. That's fantastic, and that's like one of a kind. I don't hear that often, so that's great. All right, so question number 4. Can you share a time or memory when a movie made you have a strong emotional reaction?
It could be any emotion.
Any emotion. It can be happiness, sadness, whatever you want.
Forrest Gump really had the scene with Jenny and she's throwing the rocks at the house and all that kind of like tugged on my heart a little.
Yeah, that's a great scene too. These are really one of a kind answers because I don't even hear these movies. Like Goonies maybe, but Strider I know, Forrest Gump, all great movies.
But I'm a big movie guy. Like I might not do the shows and all this stuff, but I've probably watched over a lot of movies. It's a lot of movies.
Get along.
Listen, I've seen A movies to D movies. It didn't matter to me. I just enjoyed watching movies like people want Maniac Cop. I used to love watching the Maniac Cop. And then you go and eventually turned into a TV show, but Rags to Riches, because I used to watch that with my little niece and have a great time with that. So I just love movies, basically. I don't really have a favorite genre or anything, but I enjoy movies so much.
Yeah, and you show it, man. And again, like when you were on the show and we were talking, like you understand the process, and I love the respect that you have for it. Just your love of movies. It's like a respect for your love of movies, which a lot of people like tend to shy away from because of, we all tend to hide and stuff at times where we're like, nah, I don't want to talk about this because like if you talk about that movie, maybe it's less.
I love movies, man. I've seen everything from The Toxic Avenger to go from The Toxic Avenger to Independence Day. Like you could tell like which one had the budget and which. But I enjoyed the Toxic Avenger movie series so much. Yeah. Because it was just, and the acting wasn't the greatest acting. But as a kid, you don't think about it. You just enjoy the art form. You enjoy what they're doing, and it didn't matter how great the actor was. You just enjoyed the movie.
Yeah, it's a great point. All right, you ready for the final?
That's ready.
All right, here we do. What is another thing about you that you'd like the audience to know?
About me.
It could be about your shows. It could be about you personally. It could be about movies you like, just maybe something you learned along the way. Anything you want. This is your question, my friend.
Okay, I'll let you know a movie that me being let's put it this way. I'm 6'1", probably 300 pounds, right? And one of my favorite movies of all times is what was it? I just had it in my head.
What's you know what? Let me finish it off. I get that, and I get that too, because like there's a lot of movies I'm like I don't know. You start second guessing whether you're going to share it or not, because like I really the guilty pleasure. I love.
Yeah. I don't know if everybody want to know this, but yeah.
What's your favorite Dolly Parton movie? We'll finish off.
No. I was gonna say 9 to 5, but no, it's the best little whorehouse in Texas.
Mine too. I love that one.
That is my favorite Dolly Parton movie of all time.
Fantastic.
And I love 9 to 5, but the best little whorehouse in Texas with her and Burt Reynolds is one of my favorites.
Hands down a great movie, man. I want to say thank you so much for jumping on the show, doing these 5 questions with me, hanging out and doing the full podcast, which guys go back and check out. It's a lot of fun. And check out Stuck in My Mind podcast and everything else that Wize has going on. Thank you, Wize.
I appreciate you having me, man. Always a pleasure to collaborate with you, brother.
Absolutely. And we will be doing it again. All right. Until next time, take care, everybody.
Peace.